Hello everyone, my name is Steve and welcome to The Checkpoint, the early gaming channel that knows how to train dragons, and welcome back to Weapons of Destiny, the series where I look at every weapon available to the players of Bungie's upcoming space epic, Destiny. This episode we take a look at the hand cannons, small compact firearms that pack a punch. First of all, we have a slow to shoot weapon but brutal on impact. This is the Duke Mk.44. The 44 holds a legendary rating of rarity with a low 60 rounds per minute fire rate and a reload speed of 4 seconds. This makes the 44 a slow weapon, but it inflicts a significantly powerful damage attribute in comparison to the other cannons. So if you prefer power over pace, I think the 44 is for you. You know, you won't be the quickest person on the battlefield, but you'll definitely pack a punch with that that fire rate and that damage that you have going on there. Next we have the Mos Mk.37. It's a much quicker contender, holding 150 fire rate, and it's in the uncommon tier of rarity. It boasts a 83 damage stat with 6 rounds in its base magazine, so while not being as powerful as the Duke, the Mos sends rounds down the range at a much quicker pace. So if you prefer to fire a lot quicker, potentially taking out more than one enemy, then I would choose the Mos over the Duke, as this one just fires a lot quicker, has a lot higher rate of fire, and it'll be preferred for the more agile of players. The Maverick Mk.32 is an uncommon hand cannon that deals a base damage of 75 with 150 rate of fire. So it's not technically strong. It's not as technically strong as the other hand cannons that we've listed so far, but this weapon is available from a low level. I believe it was 8, don't quote me on that. So expect to see a lot of these out there in the world of Destiny, but as the game progresses in its life cycle, you'll know how to deal with these, and they're not particularly strong, but there will be a lot of them, so just be wary if you encounter a clan, like a group of players who are at a low level, because they will potentially have the Mavericks on their side. The Mos Ardus IV is a heavy hand cannon, which means it will not favour the player who prefers rushing around the maps, but it packs a hefty 169 base damage with 150 fire rate. The weapon is rare, which means you may not be seeing as much of these out there, but they are definitely a threat with that 169 base damage and the 150 rate of fire. It's quite powerful in comparison to the other handguns we've listed so far, so yeah, the Mos Ardus is definitely a threat. The Mos Ganon III, on the other hand, is quite the opposite. It favours the lighter, agile player with a slightly lower power rate at a, still reasonable 106 damage attribute, but it's just lower than the Mos Ardus. Its rate of fire is 180, which means it's reasonably strong and quite fast at the same time. Just an all-round good weapon, best of both worlds for every style of player. The Regulator Mk.43 is a rare hand cannon which outputs a 135 damage rate and a 120 rate of fire. As you can see by the bar along the top of the stats here, the impact of the weapon is quite high, which means it'll pack a heavy punch, and it also looks pretty cool in my opinion. So yeah, there's that. But the Regulator, it'll pack a heavy amount of damage upon that impact on your enemy. So while it's not favourable in rate of fire in comparison to the other weapons, it does a lot of damage on the other hand. So the next hand cannon is simply named Thorn, and look how freaking cool it looks. It's an exotic weapon, which means it's the rarest of the rare, and you'll find it difficult to come across in the expansive space. And not much is known about it, but the lead developer, rather poetically said it was carved from the heart of one of the cracked moons of Saturn. So yeah, that sounds freaking cool as hell, but as you can see, it looks really cool. It's going to be quite rare, so obviously the damage is going to be up there, but as I said, the developers, Bungie, have not let a lot of information be released upon and about this weapon. The Rambler Mk.33 is a large red hand cannon, and was identified by Bungie as a slow-firing but powerful handgun, which sounds similar to the first hand cannon we listed, the Duke Mk.44, but look, this one comes in red! No, seriously. Not much is known about this, so I can't really go into details, but it should be an awesome hand cannon. It looks very aesthetically pleasing, and it should be slow to fire, but once it does fire, it's going to have a huge impact upon the enemies. Next up we have the Chance, which may I add is an incredible name for a weapon, and rightly so, as this weapon deals a huge 510 damage at a 150 rate of fire. This is ridiculous in comparison to the other hand cannons. So if you're coming up against this, then I'd either run away or use an auto rifle to get the upper hand. I listed all the auto rifles in the previous episode of Weapons in Destiny, so if you want to check that out, then there'll probably be a link in the description. But you know, I'd use an auto rifle to get the upper hand in terms of rate of fire, but all I'm saying is fear the Chance. The Chance just looks ridiculous. And finally we have the Hawkmoon, which is a DLC PlayStation timed exclusive. The weapon itself is exotic, which means it's hugely rare, but once you do have it, it'll deal a formidable amount of power according to Bungie, as well as looking pretty cool with its silvery metallic colour scheme. But as with all DLC weapons, not enough information has been released on this weapon for me to give a detailed analysis of it. So those are the hand cannons of Destiny. Which one are you looking forward to the most? Let me know in the comments down below, and also subscribe to us here on YouTube for some more Destiny coverage in preparation for its release on the 9th of September. Check out the playlist of Weapons of Destiny, all the episodes will be listed there, and like the video if you enjoyed. Follow us on Twitter, subscribe to us on Twitch for our live streams, all the links will be in the description, and I will see you in the next video.